Hello everyone, my name is Walter with JS Garage, and today I'm going to be showing you how to change oil on your Can Am Outlander or Renegade ATV. Um, this current model in front of me is a 2021 Can Am Outlander 850 XTP, but this will apply to almost all previous models. Outlander, I believe Renegade's the same. Might be a couple small differences, but you should be able to figure it out. And full disclaimer, I am a independent Amsoil oil dealer. I'm going to be using one of their kits today. This is great oil. I vouch for it. It's the reason why I'm a dealer. And I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to do your own oil with one of these kits. So to start, I like to remove this panel. You can do this panel as well, but I find this panel easier. So to start, we're going to remove this seat, some clips up here, pull this panel out. All right, so there is one clip there, one clip back in here, one clip here. You're going to want to take the seat off, pull up on this. This one's got a switch, so you don't want to be careful not to rip the cord. It's quite long. Just going to set that aside. Now this computer, it's a lot easier on the older models. You're going to want to put your hand right here and pull up. On these newer ones, they made the clips a lot stronger, and I might need two hands for it, but usually... All right, as you can see, once you get this off, there's a screw right here. I want to take this out. Okay, now once you get that out, you're taking this panel off. So push down right here, pull out like that. You're going to want to pull this panel backwards to get this section undone, and then we'll come to the back. All right, so I got that out. I think I may have did it wrong. I think it would be easier if you came from this side and pulled this way first. A little bit of oversight there. I haven't done this in a while, so I would suggest pulling from that side. The reason why is if you look at this plastic piece, this end is bendy and this end is solid. So for that reason, I'd pull that side first. But yeah, basically pull out, get that thing out of there. Right here's your oil filter. Obviously check, and now we're gonna have to lift it up or crawl under it to get to the drain plug. All right, so once you're under it or have it lifted, the oil drain is right here. If you have the skid plate package, which this one does, there's still a cutout, you don't have to drop it. It's probably gonna be caked full of dirt. I've already cleaned this one, but you can see right up in there, you actually can't really see because of the shadow, but right up in there, there's one. You're gonna want a 18 millimeter with a extension. One 2-inch extension will do. I just have a bit longer one here because I'm on a forklift, so I can lift it a bit higher. But yeah, take this out, get your oil catch ready, catch all the oil. As it's draining, take a look at it, see if it's sparkly, see if you've got a forbidden milkshake, anything like that. And yeah, so I'm gonna get this draining, and then I'll show you how to take the filter off. All right, so I have the oil draining. Something I want to note, if I forget to add in post, is the bolt is actually a 17 mil, not an 18. And as it came out, looked pretty good. A little sparkly, saw every now and then, but nothing concerning. As you can see on the magnetic drain plug, pretty minimal, not too much. For a newer bike, it's pretty normal. This bike is ridden pretty hard, so nothing to worry about. Now for the filter, you're gonna want a 8 millimeter on a small ratchet. You can use the hex, but I wouldn't really advise it. It kind of sucks. So basically there's 3 bolts, you'll see them, and you're just going to take those out. This cover will pop off and you can pull out the filter. Pretty straightforward, they're not too tight. So I'm gonna get this pulled off and I'll let you know. Okay, so I got those bolts pulled out, got this cover pulled off. Now you're just going to reach in here and pull out the old filter. Now, as we pull this out, we're just going to want to check if we see anything nasty in here. In this case, you're not going to be able to see on camera, but Doesn't look too bad. All right, so now at this point, we're gonna wanna throw everything back together and clean everything. So I've already got this cleaned up decently. Doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, but you just wanna get as much of that old stuff out as possible, and you need to replace this O-ring, that's important. But now this is my time to show out the Amsoil kit. So it comes with everything you need, everything to do the oil change, new gaskets, nice gloves, like not these ones, but they're black, they're actually nicer than these ones. Everything it comes with is everything you need to do the oil change. So to start, we're going to clean everything. Make sure that this is particularly clean. You can see I've already gone through, got rid of all the extra oil and metal that was stuck to that. Now, we're going to take our new filter and we're going to want to lube up the O-ring on here so we make sure that we get a good seal. As you can see, there's the O-rings we need. Everything comes in this kit. Now we're going to want to lube this up a bit to make sure we get a good seal. So I like to take my finger, grab just a little bit of the oil that's still left in there, double check you didn't get any dirt in it. Then we're just going to rub it around here, make sure we get that O-ring all lubed up. Like so. Now I'm going to need to use my other hand, but we're going to slide that back in there like it was. Then we're going to want to replace this O-ring, put this cap back on, tighten these bolts, and then I'll come back to you once we get all that done. Okay, so just got this back in, and these don't have to be super tight, kind of just like snug and then a little quarter turn. You don't want to go too crazy. This is an aluminum block, so they do strip out pretty easy. Definitely don't want to do that. So don't have to be crazy tight. That O-ring does a pretty good job of sealing, so just tight and then a little bit extra. And then you will want to go over these a couple times and a little bit at a time, because as you suck this down, you are pushing the filter in. So you don't want to tighten one side all the way. Kind of want to keep going around as you need. So now that we've got that back in, everything up here is done, and we're going to want to put the drain plug back in. So depending on what year you have, you'll have a bit different oil drain. So Amsoil very politely gives you both sizes. So this is the newer one. So we've got the bigger oil drain. So you're going to want to slap that on, screw her back in. Same thing, doesn't have to be super tight. Put her on, snug it up, and then a little bit extra. And then you're good to put oil in her. Okay, so got the drain plug back in, got her snugged up. Now you're going to want to take this off, but you want to make sure you clean this. The way Can Am designed this, as you take this off, crap falls in there. So whenever you take this off, you're going to want to make sure you at least wipe it down. I'm going to give her a quick blow, take that off, and then this thing's ready for oil. Alright, so went and wiped that down, wasn't happy with the way it blew off, so wiped it down just to be extra cautious. Now we're ready to fill it. We're using some Amsoil 5W40. This is good stuff. Amsoil uses high quality base oil and additive packages. When you look at oil and you see the SAE specification, that's a minimum that oil has to meet, and Amsoil beats that. They go over the recommendation, so your engine lasts longer, has better protection. So we're going to be using this, and like I said, Amsoil's kit has everything you need. Comes with a funnel. It's paper, but honestly, one-time use, not that bad. So I'm going to go and cut it a little bit bigger, just so there's more flow, doesn't take as long. And then we'll put in these first two, check the dipsticks, see how much of this we have to add, and go from there. All right, so I got the first two bottles in. When you go to check this, you're going to want to make sure you screw it all the way in. You can't just put it in and pull it out. You have to screw it all the way in. So I've already done that. And as you can see, we're a little bit above the full line. You actually can't see a little bit, but so we're going to go and start it now briefly and then turn it off. You're going to want to make sure you fill it a little bit above the full line the first time, because you need to remember, you need to fill in all the air that's in your oil filter. So we're going to go start it, turn it off, check this again, and then we'll top up with whatever we need out of this. All right, and that is it. I got the oil topped up. It's a good level. Now we're gonna put all this back together, just how we did before. Yeah, you're gonna wanna just double check you don't have any leaks. Make sure that this is nice and tight, and put all the plastic back on. All right, now the last thing you're gonna wanna do, totally optional, but I recommend, Amsoil gives you this little sticker, or you can use a piece of tape. Write the date, write the mileage, and say when your next oil change is. Not the biggest deal, but it's so handy to have. You can just pop your seat and be like, oh, I've got another 200 kilometers left till my next change. So I'm gonna put mine right here. You can put it wherever you like. And if you're watching this video in advance to know what you're doing, I highly recommend the Amsoil kit. You select your vehicle and they show you what you need. It comes in a kit, everything you need. They have it for their cars, ATVs, snowmobiles, everything. So I highly recommend that kit. It will be in the link in the description, and that's everything. Once you get that route down, put your seat back on, you're good to go.